Today, I'm going to be showing you guys how to fully unlock this season's secret skin, the Cube Queen. Now, this skin honestly looks absolutely amazing, and there are two different styles, or technically three, if you include the very final one. So today, I'm going to be showing you guys how to unlock literally all of it when her challenges go live at 9 a.m. Eastern time today. You will know exactly how to do every single one of them, so let's actually jump right into the video. Now, to start it off, your first quest that you are actually going to get is going to be the easiest, and I know that sounds weird, but to unlock the Cube Queen, literally all you need to do is survive storm circles while carrying a sideways weapon. Now, this quest, what it means is that literally, I don't need to explain this one to you guys. You just need to survive a storm circle while you have a sideways weapon in your inventory. So right as the storm is about to close, right as that next eye is about to form, make sure that you have a sideways weapon in your inventory, which you could of course either get from the sideways zone of that game, or you can go to one of the rift anomalies, open it really quickly, grab the chest, and then you can just leave it, because all you need is one of these sideways weapons in your inventory, and then when the circle actually closes and a new one opens, you will start to complete this challenge. Now, you are going to need to do this 5 times, so in total you need to survive 5 zones. Now, that means that you can either do this all in one game if you're really good and you just survive for a while, or what you could do is you could just wait out the first zone in a bunch of games and do it 5 times, obviously, and that will actually unlock you the Cube Queen secret skin. Now, I guess it's not a secret anymore, but I'm going to keep calling it that solely due to the fact that, you know, it's technically this season's secret skin. Now, the second thing that you will unlock is the last cube standing GG emote. Now, in order to get this emote, what you're going to need to do is eliminate a player with the sideways minigun, and you guys probably all know what that is by this point. The sideways minigun, again, is one of those weapons that can actually get picked up from the sideways wherever it actually has spawned around the map, or you can get it from one of the anomalies, and literally all you need to do is eliminate someone with one of the miniguns. A very simple challenge right there to actually unlock you this very simple emote. The next challenge will actually get you this amazing loading screen, which is actually really cool, and this challenge is to shake down 2 opponents. Now, for those who don't know, if you're in duos or squads, whenever you knock an enemy player, you actually have the opportunity to shake them down just by interacting with them, which will actually give you the location of their teammates. So literally all you're going to need to do is actually go into a duos or a squads game, go ahead and knock someone on an opposing team, and then just walk up to them, shake them down, do that to 2 separate people, and then you'll actually be able to unlock the third reward from your Cube Queen rewards, the Queen's Court loading screen. Next up, we have the Cubic Vortex, the back bling for the Cube Queen, and this thing looks amazing. I don't know how much I can emphasize this, because honestly, this is probably one of my favorite back blings in the game. With the way it's just animated with all the cubes and then the vortex in the center, I think that it looks amazing, but let's put that aside for a second and let me actually show you how to unlock this. Now, the challenge that's going to be related to this is use a shadow stone or flopper to phase for 3 seconds near a player. Now, this one sounds a little weird, but it's actually a lot simpler than it sounds. All you're going to need to do is actually go ahead and either go fishing for a shadow flopper, which is actually really simple to do. Literally all you need to do is fish at any of the fishing holes, and you'll eventually catch yourself one of these shadow floppers, because all of the variants can be caught anywhere, for those who have not watched my fishing decks guide. Or you can go to one of the mothership crash locations, such as here or here or here. There's a bunch of them, and those places obviously have the shadow stones, which when you consume one, you will just need to be near an opponent player for at least 3 seconds, and then that will actually complete the challenge for you. Now, they do not specify how close near actually is, so this could be a little bit misleading. You might not have to be right on top of them, because typically they'll give you an exact distance if they want you to be super close, so just try and get in the general area of an opponent, and then you'll eventually complete this challenge. Now, after you complete all 4 of these quests, you will actually be able to unlock yourself the Cube Queen Obliterator style, and literally all you need to do for this is actually nothing. Now that you've completed all 4 of these challenges by doing what I literally just told you guys, you have automatically unlocked this skin, because the only requirements to unlock the Obliterator style is to actually complete the 4 other challenges on page 1. So once you unlock the skin, the GG emote, the loading screen, and the cubic vortex back bling, you will automatically unlock the next stage of the Cube Queen, the Obliterator style. So I honestly think that that's a really nice system because it doesn't force you to do yet another challenge to unlock this variant. Instead, all you need to do is actually go ahead and do the first 4 challenges, which will then, of course, give you this style. Now, moving on down to the second page of rewards over here, this is where it gets interesting because in past seasons, you would need to have completed epic challenges in order to unlock these rewards. But of course, as you guys probably know, this season, we don't have epic challenges. Instead, we have these punch cards. But these punch cards are not going to give you progress towards this second page. And you are going to need to complete specific quests in order to unlock this final style of the Cube Queen. So let's actually start it off with the Pickaxe. Now, in order to unlock the reality render, what you're going to need to do is actually deal damage to players with the sideways scythe. Now, this is going to be one of the more difficult challenges because honestly, I love the weapon. I think it's really cool and it's a fun addition to the game. But let's be honest here, it's really hard to use and it's hard to get damage out with it. My suggestion to you guys would be to try and use the smash attack. Try and jump above the other players and then smash down on them, especially in sideways zones where they cannot build against you. So, pro tip here, find one of these sideways scythes and then go to a sideways area and hope that you find an opponent because the sideways scythe is really bad when the opponent can build. So try and fight them while they're in the sideways where they literally cannot build and get away from you. Now, once you actually do that and do 150 damage to opponents with the sideways scythe, you will unlock yourself the Pickaxe, the reality render, and be one step closer to the final style. Now, the next stage is the Regal Visage spray, and what you're going to need to do here is complete a bounty from a bounty board. This one is extremely simple. There are a ton of bounty boards around the map, but my favorite one to go to is probably the Risky Reels one, the one right over here. There's also another one at Boney Burbs right around there, I believe, but those 2 locations are great spots. If you want any more, you can just Google them, but honestly, there's no reason to, because this one is literally the dead center of the map. It will give you the most chance to actually find players nearby, and it'll make this challenge just a lot easier. So I would suggest go to that bounty board, go ahead and complete that stage of the quest, and you'll actually unlock yourself the Regal Visage, what is this, spray paint, I think? Now, the next stage will actually give you the Queen's Anthem audio track. Now, this is obviously the lobby music, which I typically keep turned off just so that I can actually record videos without it being annoying. I'm going to click off it for a second. But basically, in order to unlock this soundtrack, you're going to need to get player headshots with the sideways rifle. Again, this one's fairly simple to do, but you are going to need a sideways weapon. So, like always, like I've been saying for these previous challenges, go to wherever the sideways has spawned on the current map. Actually, go ahead and open up some of the chests that you find there. Once you find a sideways rifle, go ahead and just start shooting at enemy players. And once again, this is easier to do if you're fighting someone in the sideways because then they can't get away by building. Instead, it's easier to just do it when they cannot build. Now, it may actually be easier to do in a build fight outside of the sideways in this specific example, just due to the fact that if your aim is trash like me, it's really hard to hit people with the low gravity in these sideways zones. So honestly, this one is up to you if you want to do this in the sideways, or if you don't. The critical aspect to it is that you are using a sideways rifle to actually get 2 headshots on opposing players. Now, the fourth and final challenge that you're going to need to do to unlock the final variant of the Cube Queen is to actually glide in the smoke at steamy stacks. This one is as easy as it sounds, and it is extremely simple to do. All you need to do is actually go ahead and land over at steamy stacks, but don't land down at the POI. Instead, land inside of these big, like, cylinder type things, and then you'll immediately be gliding in the smokestacks at steamy stacks. That's what these things are. They're the 2 little smokestacks, or actually the 2 giant smokestacks, and then once you go ahead and fly in them, you will unlock yourself the flying, what is this, the glider for the Queen, and this looks absolutely amazing. Now, do just note that I believe you can only use this while you have the queen skin equipped, but I could be wrong there. Let me know in a comment down below if any of you guys are actually able to use this with other skins when these challenges actually go live at 9 a.m. Eastern time. So after all of that is done, this leaves us with the final stage, the Cube Queen Islandbane style. And this one, of course, I think looks the best. This thing looks absolutely amazing. It's like gold and blue, and it's honestly just really cool. So this stage, all you need to do is, again, do nothing. All you need to do is complete these 4 previous stages, and then once you do all of those, you will unlock yourself the final style, the Cube Queen Islandbane variant. Now, one thing to note here is before you can do the second page, you are going to need to complete all of the quests on the first page first. Just a little bit of a heads up there if you have not done the previous season's secret skin challenges, because that's how it always works. You need to complete page 1 before you can actually get to page 2. But this is how to unlock every single thing about the Cube Queen, all of her skin styles, all of her accessories, everything about her. If you guys actually found this video helpful, please consider leaving a like on it and subscribing to the channel, as that would help me out a ton. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. I hope you have an amazing day, and I will see you guys in the next one.